Balenciaga y la pintura española. Fue uno de los diseñadores de moda más admirado e influyente de todos los tiempos. Estudió constantemente la historia del arte, hizo uso de las imágenes que encontró. Directores y personas muy bien formadas e informadas nos van a contar qué pasa con Balenciaga, el diseño, y una apuesta tiene que ver con la gran influencia de los grandes maestros de la pintura de todas las épocas en el gran diseñador. Y él la replantea, la pone, la exhibe y la convierte en accesible, admirable, una mega colección exhibida en este desfile que es en realidad una presentación en la Thyssen-Bornemisza de Madrid.
The Balenciaga and Spanish Paintings exhibition is bringing together for the first time 95 pieces by the iconic designer and over 50 paintings from the 16th century all the way through to the 20th century, in fact. It's focusing on Balenciaga and inspiration that he genuinely took from old master paintings, the profound influence that they had on his designs, whether it's the colours and iridescence from El Greco's paintings, or the profound deep blacks that were so prevalent in Spain in the 16th and 17th centuries, or even in some of the more rippled and voluminous folds that you see in the Zurbarán paintings.
Balenciaga is the master. Since he was a child, he was working for a family in the north of Spain, and they had one of the most amazing art collections of Spanish art. This family was getting also fashion pieces from the best couturiers. We wanted to start the room with one dress that for us was really important, that was the dress Infanta.
And it's such a classic Spanish Infanta silhouette. And at this moment, Spain had previously been absolutely at the forefront of fashion in Europe. But as its economic power began to wane in favour of France, the rest of Europe were wearing these much more flowing silhouettes with soft silks. But Spain absolutely stuck to their guns, and they made a really big point of dressing completely differently from the rest of Europe. I like that it mimics this silhouette, but it's not exaggerated. It's not it's something that's so wearable. It's not like a costume in any way. At this moment, Spain was an economic superpower with the discovery of the New World. There they found some really exciting new dyes, which they were able to bring back to Europe. And once these much more sort of potent pigments were matched with the incredible skill of the European dye makers, it meant that they were able to produce fabrics of such intense colour. Two most important colours were red, which was coming from the tiny cochineal beetles, but then also black, which was coming from logwood, a sort of root that was boiled down to create this very, very dark and intense colour. And so for a monarch like Philip II to turn up at court suddenly wearing this very, very dark colour, it means everyone at court has to scurry to also be wearing black.
And Balenciaga that was able to use just touches of white on his dark gowns in a beautiful and perfect way.
But I think you have to imagine what it would have been like to wear these things in the 1620s. I mean, the whole point of these clothes was to control the way that a woman stood, the way that she held herself, and the way that she moved. But I think that Balenciaga goes about that in a completely different way.
Balenciaga, comfort was essential in the way that he designed. He wanted a woman to feel movement within the dress.
So seeing gowns alongside portraits of monks is quite an unusual juxtaposition. Can you tell us something about the relationship between these gowns and these paintings?
Balenciaga was a very religious person, and he always thought that the habits of the monks, mercedarios, they were the perfect piece of clothing.
Here you see them in a different light. When you have them beside these fantastic clothes, it makes you pick up on the textures, on the light. It really allows you to see them in a totally different way.
We want just people to get, first of all, in love with Balenciaga because we realized that there is beauty. They wanted to portray beauty, and making beauty, they made this world, our world, a better place to live.